In this video, Pumpkin Joe explains how he spent $40,000 cash for his 3-bedroom, 2-bath residence near Dumaguete in the Philippines. He spent more money fixing it up and lives on $650 per month, including all expenses. He also recommends that you have adequate savings in case you have some surprise hospital visits, but there's no need to write anything down. We'll give you the information in writing towards the end of the video. Here comes Pumpkin Joe. So Pumpkin Joe, what part of the world are you from?
Actually, originally I'm from Maryland, back in the U.S.
Okay.
But some of the jobs I worked, I've had to travel all around the U.S. and Canada and down to Mexico, down to the Mexican border.
Okay.
But they say originally I am from Maryland, born and bred.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been in the Philippines?
I've been here for 2.5 years. So I've been here for what? In Dumaguete for 7 months, I think.
Yeah, 7 to 9 months.
Yeah.
7 to 9 months.
And I started watching other channels. The only reason I watched it because he had a dish there that I hadn't seen before and it looked delicious. And he was going through the prices of food and I was in complete shock, you know, because he was showing dishes. He had a 3-course meal. He paid like $1.50 for. I was paying $10 for one plate.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So anyway, I started watching more of his channel and I started watching some other channels and I saw the cost of living and what have you. And I'm like, you know what? I'm paying $1,400 for a 1-bedroom apartment. I'm paying a couple hundred for this car. I'm paying hundreds for car insurance for 2 cars. I'm paying another $300 for electricity. It's like, why am I killing myself? So, you know, I'm just gonna get on the plane. I'm gonna get on the plane, and so I figured what I would do is I would move around for a year, maybe 3 months here, 3 months there. Because I planned I would go to Philippines, then Thailand, maybe Vietnam, and maybe Africa. But ended up coming to the Philippines. I just never left. It was, you know, I mean, it was a real culture shock at first. But after the first like 3 months, you know, you started to get used to it.
Right.
But then, like I said, I've been really happy here. People have been really friendly. Life is at a pace I like. And like I said, I met the love of my life. He gave me a very guapa, very beautiful daughter.
Oh, nice.
So,
how old's your daughter now?
4.5 months.
4.5 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that your first child?
yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was going to happen. It was getting late in life, man.
This is Dan of 𝐕𝐾𝐆𝐒 Awake. Please like this video, comment, or subscribe. Any of that would help our business. We'd sure appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
You look young. I was guessing like 30, 35 maybe.
Nah, that's not true.
Yeah, it is.
No, I'm in my 40s. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm in my 40s.
So you were chasing a big bill in the U.S. and you decided to bring the party here. What are your expenses now? I mean, it sounded like you were at a couple, maybe $3,000 a month or something in the U.S.
Oh yeah, I had huge bills. It's like I had a big income, and I kept wondering, you know, but why is my bank account tight? You know?
Yeah, with that kind of income.
Yeah, but then you start. I started looking at how much people usually pay almost half their salary just in rent or mortgage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, that's one of the things I was looking at here. Here, everything is very cheap now. Initially, I started off in a condo unit back in Cebu in Saigon, in Lapu-Lapu, and that was running me $300 per month.
$300 a month rent.
Yeah, $300 a month rent, and I stayed there for like 8 months, and I think it was 8 months, right?
Yeah.
And then we ended up moving down to and renting a house in a place called Genesis, which is still in Lapu-Lapu. That was only $200 a month.
Wow.
So I mean, and it was a much bigger place. So then, like I said, $200 a month, very, very cheap. I think my electricity would run somewhere between $60 to $100. Let's say I'm always running air.
So the house was $200, rent was $60 to $100, and you run AC all the time?
Yeah, we run it all the time. So,
how about food?
Food, we generally cook.
Okay.
Most of the food we get from the wet market.
Yeah, with public market.
And you're in downtown Dumaguete?
In Sibulan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. We're talking about Sibulan now. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what is your food bill per month? Would you guess?
It was very. How much we usually pay for?
3,000 maybe a month.
8,000?
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3,000.
Yeah, 3,000. Yeah.
Because if we because if we do groceries, I do grocery in Lee Plaza, so the grocery will be
Gross and Lee's going to be high
Yeah.
comparatively.
and other things like vegetables, meat, and fruits. We're going to get it in public market.
Yeah, I found that the fruits and vegetables and the meats are all way fresher in the market. Yeah, because the supermarkets here hold on to it till it's done.
Sometimes it's already green.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like buying our produce in the markets rather than the supermarkets.
Yeah.
So, okay, so what would you say all in roughly, give or take 100 that you're spending per month on average to live in this area?
Okay, like I said, right now we're not paying rent or anything. Before, when we were paying rent, we were paying where we're at. Since we came here to 𝐕𝐚𝐠𝐻, we were paying $300 a month. Plus, I said we ran the aircon around the clock, electricity, and not a lot of electronics. So it would run anywhere from 68. I'm gonna say 80 to 100. Let's just make it 100, just to make it easy.
Yeah.
So it's 400, and then food.
Yeah.
So maybe another 60, and internet. That was $40. So I guess almost 500. It's just under 500.
No, I already computed it like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we left something out. You said something we left out.
For a month, for bills
baby food.
for bills and our groceries and all, 15,000 a month.
15,000
Yeah.
pesos a month.
Yeah, for now that we're not renting.
Yeah. Now it's
And that's
15.
without, I'm sorry?
Yeah, I mean now without having to pay our rent or
It's
month.
15.
Yeah,
Right.
unless we're going out to eat,
Yeah, okay.
which we do occasionally, very rare. but
So would that make it 20, did you say, without rent? Or more?
Without rent, 15. But if we're renting, maybe 30,000 to 40,000.
that's
Okay.
not 30 to 40. It's because it'd be
15,000 manda.
$30,600.
15,000
So
peso.
it'd be 25.
I'm talking peso.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm talking peso.
Pesos, right.
oh, okay. Never mind. Let me shut up.
So what would an average month be? Let's say if you added the 300 a month rent you were paying before, you just paid off your place. Is that what happened? You don't have rent now?
Yeah, no, we were renting a place.
Right.
The place we were renting, we weren't going to buy. I was getting. I think I questioned how much it would be to purchase it, and then he gave me a foreigner price.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, okay. Well, thank you very much.
Bye.
Yeah. And then we went ahead and looked around. So we had planned to buy a place since we got here, but it took like 6 months to find some place because of I'm not gonna say scammers, but prices that would change and this would come up. But he said the place we ended up buying was very nice, secure guards, trash pickup, grass cutting, and he said I had the funds. I was in a lucky position where I had funds available to me, so I went to and paid the place off. Like I said, that was to make sure that my daughter and my wife
To take care of your family.
Yeah.
So how much did you spend roughly
But us,
to buy the place? Yeah.
well, we got lucky. We caught the house on a deal. We ended up spending 2 million peso plus renovations.
Okay.
But ordinarily that place would end up paying anywhere from 3 to 4 million pesos.
Okay.
Like I said, so I saw the deal. I went and jumped on it because I already knew the value. We already lived in the area, so we knew the area was nice. I just didn't want the house that we were renting.
Okay.
And the house that we bought already had some renovations. We just ended up doing more before we end up moving in. And I've been very happy with it. Very happy. I don't think we ever finished answering that question, though. We never finished answering the first question.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking maybe we'd also tell them that you bought a place. So you paid about 2 million pesos for it.
Yeah,
Let's think for a minute. How much in dollars is that?
40,000.
$40,000. You bought a place. Is it like a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom?
Three bedroom.
2 CR.
Yeah.
3 bedroom, 2 CR.
2-story.
2 CR means restroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. 2-story.
And then a carport.
Yeah.
Carport.
Yeah. And of course that back too.
Dirty kitchen at the back.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So it's not too hot when you cook it.
Yeah. No. I don't have to smell that dry fish.
Oh,
You know, so that's the sole reason for it.
so 40,000, and then would you say 40,000 a month more if you're eating out a lot? Is that the number you guys are landing on?
40,000 more?
That's pesos per month. What's the budget? Because you don't have rent anymore.
No. Yeah, but we still really eat out. I mean, how much do you think we spend eating out? I mean, because even when we eat out, we don't go to any really crazy places.
Okay.
I mean, I think at most we might spend like, I might end up spending like 1,200 to 1,500
Pesos.
So yeah, so I might end up spending as much as $30.
Right.
And and that's if I really splurge. But we said everything's so cheap here, and the places we eat, we usually still end up spending less than 1,000 pesos, or just a little bit over. We go to like places like 𝐂𝐎� or Lantawan every now and then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Lantaw, not Lantawan.
Okay. Yeah.
That was close.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were just there like a week ago, right?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, that's a nice place.
Yeah, the food is great, but like say, even when we see Boo, we went out. We would go to like even the local restaurants. Really good place. What was that? Sheriff's Grill.
Yeah.
That place was really cheap, even though the food quality was really nice. But it was still so cheap. I'd only end up spending like 700, 800 pesos, and like we would have enough for 4 people. I mean, it was just all top notch. It was yummy kayo.
Yummy kayo.
Yeah.
All right. So I need a budget. Throw a number at me. What are you guys spending per month?
For now, 30,000, 30 to 35,
30 to 35,
including everything na.
all in.
Yeah.
No, you're paying with rent.
No, without rent. Now, I'm talking about now.
Okay. I go
We're
with
not
it. I
paying
just
rent.
pay.
Okay.
I go with it 600, which is still. I mean, that's still cheap. But I mean, it's that's eating out included though.
Yeah.
Imagine that's super cheap.
Yeah.
And then you don't have rent, so that's living good too, right?
Yeah, but we hadn't been eating out for a while, so it's been way cheaper than that because we just had a baby recently.
Yeah.
Okay.
I cook most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah, and I didn't want to expose the baby to anything.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So and so you cook at home mostly now. So that number is that eating out twice a week or once a week? The 30 number?
Maybe once.
35?
Maybe once.
Maybe once. Okay.
Yeah.
And now you're all at home.
Yeah. We got a now.
That's included.
It is? Okay.
Another thing people always ask about is it safe? Do you feel safe here?
I feel much safer here than I've ever felt back home. Like I said, I mean, you can live. I tell you, the Philippines is great in the sense that it could be what you need it to be budget-wise. You can live as cheaply as you need to live, or you can live as expensively as you're willing to live to meet your standards.
That's a great point. So let me ask you this: if someone asks you what's the minimum, I don't mean like crazy cheap, but if I'm coming to the Philippines, what's the minimum a month I should have income, and what's a minimum maybe I should have in savings in case of an emergency? And not, it doesn't be exact, but just a feeling.
I would say the absolute minimum you should have coming in, residual should be 600 at least, 6 to 1,000.
600 to 1,000.
1,000 would be comfortable. 1,000 to get everything you need.
And then what about savings? Would you want money in the bank?
Oh, you definitely want money in the bank.
Okay.
That's one of the flaws of the Philippines. Honestly, I mean, people might not want to hear it, but honestly, I would say if you're coming over here, I would have about 100,000 in the bank.
Okay.
At the very minimum, I would have 60,000. There is no security net here. If something happens to you, you better be able to take care of it. You better be able to pay, or you're going to be pad thai. You're going to die.
Okay.
And I would see people with all kinds of injuries, mangled limbs, this and that, and I would ask, how come you didn't get that addressed when that happened? And then Mimi would tell me, it's like, well, if you don't have money, the hospitals aren't going to do anything for you. It's like, sucks to be you, you're just gonna pad thai, and she was right. I mean, even when we had our baby, she couldn't have a normal delivery. The baby just would not drop.
Yeah.
So she spent like 2.5 days. Was it 2.5 days in labor?
3 days.
3 days in labor.
Wow.
Yeah.
You had to go cesarean eventually? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And believe me, before they did the cesarean, they gave me the bill. It's like, oh no, we need this paid. We need this paid in full.
How much was it?
I
mean, if you're comfortable, sure.
No, I'm fine. I think it was what, like 27,000. I ended up spending like 3,000 total.
$3,000 per C-section.
No. I spent between all the hospitals.
That's cheap. Can you imagine what that would be in
the US? States it was. Yeah.
Maybe close to 100 grand, maybe more, right?
Yeah.
For a C-section, 3 days in the hospital.
Well, and that's with a private room, because I didn't want her in the room with 40 to 70 other women.
Especially now.
Yeah, especially now. Right. So I said I paid for a room. That was
$3,000.
Yeah.
And you felt it was good care? I mean,
it was mostly good care.
Okay.
There's still challenges here, like giving blood for her.
Okay.
For that C-section, we had to find our own donor. It's not like the blood banks didn't have her blood type.
Wow.
So yeah, we ended up having.
You have to find your own.
Yeah, we ended up having to talk to staff.
Because your family's over in Cebu?
No, it's in Butuan, Mindanao.
Yeah.
Okay, Mindanao. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like O positive. Yeah. Okay. So we ended up having to find somebody. Then we had to barter, negotiate. Okay. Well, we'll give blood for how much?
Oh, you're buying the blood from?
Yeah, you had to personally buy the blood. You know, it's like, oh my God, I could.
So
I felt like I was on Craigslist.
So you can't exactly just show up late at night and be a vampire, because you need the blood to.
You better be positive. I don't know. Yeah, so I had to find them. Then they had to test the person, and the whole time she's waiting to deliver. You know?
Wow.
So yeah, it was really stressful for me. I was really, well, I know I'm not saying stressful for me. It was difficult for me. I know it was extremely hard for her.
So low end for you, you say you need 1,000 a month, roughly 600 to 1,000. Let's just say 1,000, and you need 60K in the bank in case something goes wrong.
6 if you want to get by, and you're not wasting a lot of money on entertainment.
And that would be, like in the bars, drinking.
Yeah, I don't do the bars. Yeah. I don't do the whole mongering thing.
Yeah.
But the problem is, most of the foreigners that come here.
Yeah.
That's the first place they go, and they just kind of gravitate around it. Everything they do is around that. They spend.
And that's why they all talk about 2,000 a month.
Yeah,
and it's all going into bars.
Yeah, it's going into other ladies' pockets.
Yeah,
and the drink. I'm like, dude, you come here, you're destroying your body. You're not going to be happy because you're not going to meet a quality person. All you're going to meet is someone who's going to help you drain your bank.
And you're in this beautiful place. Why wouldn't you want to go explore it?
Yeah. I mean, that's what we were doing pre-baby. Yeah. I mean, we would spend a whole week just traveling all around Cebu, around the whole circumference of Cebu.
Oh, nice.
You take boats on a bike and just go around Negros, right through the mountains in Butuan. Really enjoyable.
Oh, you were in the service. Okay.
Yeah. So I went to places I didn't want to be when you didn't want to be there.
Okay. Any benefits of being an American a serviceman? I see online a lot of people talk about being near VA hospitals, this kind of thing. Any benefits to being a U.S. serviceman over here that you've experienced, or are there any that?
There are benefits, but you would have to travel to Manila to get to the VA.
Okay. Only Manila?
As far as I know, that's the only VA here.
Okay.
I mean, but it's still nice to have that option. With everything going on right now, I don't know how long those benefits are still going to be there. You know, if they're going to get cut or not.
Right.
But I mean, if you have a service-related injury or what have you, it's nice to have that option as far as medication, as far as dental, as far as healthcare.
So, are you happy?
I'm extremely happy. I'm extremely happy. Anyone who knows me can tell you how happy I am comparatively. Back in the States, I could never find the place that fit me or that I fit. I moved every single year. I would never buy. I would just rent a place, and then I would be there for the year till the lease was up, and then I would move again, and that repeated over like 20 years. And then I found that all I did was go to work. I would come home, and or I would go to the gym, and just stay to myself. I would keep to a very select small group of friends, but I was mainly just a homebody. I just wasn't happy. I wasn't happy where I was at, and I wasn't sure why. But I said when I came here, I said I'm gonna change everything I do. You know, it's like whatever I'm doing now isn't working. Whatever I've been doing has not been working. And whatever I do now is going to be the exact opposite.
That reminds me of a Seinfeld episode. Did you see that? A Seinfeld episode? They had that guy in there, George, and he said, "My life's a disaster. I'm just from now on, whenever I think something, I'm going to do the opposite because whatever I'm thinking is wrong."
I watched that show. Obviously, I don't remember that episode. Yeah, but no, it was absolutely wrong. You know, I didn't realize that until people pointed out. They were watching me over here. They're watching my Facebook, and they're saying, "Dude, I've never seen you smile before."
Wow.
You know, I always just had just a regular look.
Plus, you're a dad now. That must feel nice.
Oh, it's top of the world. I didn't.
Yeah, well, you have your little girl now.
Yeah, I didn't know how much of an effect that would have on me. Because I was thinking if I didn't have a baby, if I didn't have a child in the next 2 years or so, I wasn't going to bother with it.
Yeah.
You know, so I was getting to a age. I wanted to be able to play with my kids when they get older and still play with them when they get in their teens.
How old are you now?
I'm 47 now.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Good genes. Good genes.
So tell us, Pumpkin Joe, you have 2 YouTube channels. Tell us what they're about and where people can find them and what you like to talk about on your channels.
Yeah, well, since we have so much extra time now, given everything that's going on, I decided, you know, let me go ahead and fill this up with something, keep myself busy. So I started a YouTube channel, actually 2. One is Pumpkin Joe Sim Racing, because that's also what helped me get past that whole driving thing. Actually, like driving simulation, and it's a lot cheaper than having to buy the real cars.
Right.
I learned that. I don't have the wear and tear.
So this is a program that you run on your Xbox, or?
Well, yeah, console racing, but mainly PC now.
Okay.
But it's an expensive hobby. Well, no, it's an expensive hobby.
Okay.
But it's very enjoyable.
So do you have like a car you're in with a steering wheel and gears and all that?
Yeah, about $1,500 worth of equipment to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I said, so I've been doing that for the past month and a half,
Okay.
and as well as started a Philippine experience channel.
Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience.
Yeah, because
By the way, I'll put links to both of his channels below so you can check them out if you're interested in the racing. And the Philippine Experience. Please click the link in the notes below this YouTube video to get a copy of this content. While you're there, grab a free copy of our ebook, How I Fired My Boss and Traveled the World for 13 Years, and browse our Retire Cheap reports that show you where you can live in the world. There's a whole catalog of countries and places that we recommend. Browse around there and see if you're interested in our Retire Cheap membership. Thanks so much for watching. Pause the video now to read this important liability disclaimer that limits your rights. You can also find this disclaimer in the description below this YouTube video. Basically, your reliance on the information in our videos is strictly at your own risk. So seek appropriate professional advice before taking any action on our videos.